Hi crocheters of the world. In this tutorial I want to show you a version of the chevron or a ripple stitch, which has an infinity of versions with worked with the double crochet, with the single crochet, half double crochet, I don't know. There are infinity of versions, all very beautiful. I really love the chevron or ripple stitch. It's a nice, really nice and beautiful stitch, also because you can use so many beautiful colors and create nice lovely projects with it. Now this is work that I want to present in this tutorial is worked with the single crochet only in back and front loops, you'll see, and it gives a very nice effect. And it is worked, you can work it with two or more colors if you want to, but 2 colors are necessary to work this stitch, and chevron stitch means lots of colors. So these are the colors that I want to use for it. I am working with a 4 millimeters hook, and these are cotton, two different types of cotton, and this is viscose and cotton. So it's something that I have in mind, and I will just show you how to work this stitch, and if I succeed in finishing this project, of course I will make the tutorial too. It's not very clear in my mind, but yes, there is somewhere in my mind this project, so I don't want to talk about it now. Let's talk about this stitch. We need a multiple of 11 plus 1, which means that we'll go on in groups of 11 chains and the basic chain. I am speaking of the basic chain. So 11 chains, and we will go on like this in groups of 11 until we reach the length that we need for our project. And then we will add one more chain. What means 11 plus 1? Means, so the meaning of this plus 1 or plus 2 or I don't know, multiple of plus means that we need that number of stitches, not only of chains but of stitches into our project. Okay, so this means that I will go on and work my chain of 11, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and now I will go on and work another 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and another one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and I have 3 groups of 11 chains. This means 33 chains, and I will add one more. This will be my number of stitches along the project. Okay, so if I said multiple of 11 plus 1 means that this number of stitches, we will carry on this number of stitches all along the project. Okay, so I have 34 actually, because I have 3 groups of 11 plus 1, so 34 stitches, chain stitches. Okay, now let's get started with our first row. For the first row and the other rows, we need to chain 1 for turn. Okay, now we will chain 1 just because we want to work into the very first stitch of the pattern, which is our stitch number 34 now. Okay, and you know that we cannot work into this stitch if we don't chain 1. Okay, so chain 1 and work into very first stitch of the pattern. So the number 34, work 2 single crochets. Sorry, it's all about single crochets. So 1 and 2. So we, in this pattern, we begin and end each of our round row, because we work in rows. Each of our row we begin and end, yes, each of our row with an increase. So 2 single crochets into the very first stitch and 2 single crochets we will work into the very last stitch. Okay, now into the very next 4 chains work 4 single crochets. In each of them 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, 4. Now slip 2 chains and work into the very next 4 single crochets into the very first 4 chains. What am I doing? What am I talking here? So skip 2 chains and work 4 single crochet into the very next 4 chains. This is what I wanted to say. Oh my gosh, sometimes it's so difficult for me to focus. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, there are 4. Now into the very next chain work 3 single crochets all together. 1, 2 and 3. Now don't skip the very next chain and work in it 1 single crochet and into the next 1 single crochet and again into the third 1 single crochet and into the fourth 1 single crochet. So 4 single crochets, and again skip 2 chains. Into the next 4 chains work 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And again into the next chain work a 3 single crochets together. 1, 2, 3. 4 single crochets into the next 4 chains. Sorry, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we work 3 together. Now we will skip 2. Skip 2 chains and work 4 single crochets into the next 4 chains. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And now, as I said, into the very last chain work an increase. And this is the rule for this pattern. You begin and end with come on. You begin and end with a increase. So 2 single crochets into the first and into the last single crochet. Now, because this was the very first row, and now we'll go on, we continue on with the same color. So I want to change color every 2 rows, okay? It gives a very, very nice effect. So chain 1 and turn. Now we will work on the back side. So when we work on the back side, we will work on the front loops, and these are the front loops. You know that the stitch, even if it's a single crochet, half double crochet, so on and so forth, so the stitch, if you look it like this, at the stitch it has 2 loops, 1 and 2. It looks like a V, okay, but are 2 loops, 1 and 2. Okay, now this is the back loop, is the front loop, sorry, and this is the back loop, of course, because it's in front of us, and this is back loop. Okay, when you are on the back side of the work, you will work on the front loop only. Okay, into the very first single crochet work a increase, then work 4 single crochets into the next 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And now if we look at a little bit, we skipped here 2 chains. Now we will skip 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. work next 4 single crochets as they are. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now with these 4 single crochets, we are here where we worked 3 single crochets together, and we worked the last single crochet of the 4 into the first of the 3 of group of 3. It's okay, because into the second one we will work 3 single crochets together. So again, only front loop, sorry. 1, 2, 3. Now go ahead and work 4 single crochets into the next 4 single crochets, so as they are. Work the stitches as they are. 1, 2, 3. Oops. And 4. Okay. Now here we skipped 2 chains, and now we want to skip 2 single crochets and then to work 4 single crochets as they are. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now we are again in the top, on the top of our 3 single crochets worked together, and we want to work, so into the second of these means the top, and we want to work 3 single crochets, 1 together into the same stitch, 2 and 3. Okay, now again 4 single crochets as they are. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we skipped 2 chains, now we want to skip 2 single crochets, and we want to work 4 single crochets as they are. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oops, come on. Okay, now into this last single crochet, here it is, my last single crochet, work an increase, 1 and 2 single crochets together. Okay, I finished or completed my two rows with one color, chain 1, and the chain 1, oops, when I cut the yarn becomes the secure knot. So pull, and here we are with the secure knot. Okay, now I will change color, and actually for the rest of the pattern you just want to repeat the second row. I just want to show you how I change color. I always like to cut the yarn, secure knot, cut the yarn, and then join the new color, the new yarn. It's more secure actually for me. Okay, so now as I said, we are with the right side facing us, and because we are with the right side facing us, we want to work into the back loop, and this is the back loop because it's in back side, as you can see, is here. Okay, so we want to work into the back loop. We will remain unworked at the front loop, and this will give us a nice design on the front side. Okay, this, and that's why we work in the back loop when we are with the right side, and on the front loop when we work on the back side. Okay, hope I don't confusing you, because I don't want, I just want to be very, very clear, but sometimes, you know. Okay, now I just join the new yarn and color and chain 1 and work into the very next single crochet my increase, so 1 and 2, and as you can see I am working on the back side the tails too. I hope I will. Okay, and now let's work into the back loop only our 4 single crochets. Yes, it's here. 1, this is the second one, 2, 3, oops. Okay, I'm working the tails 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now let's see at our pattern. Yes, we are here in the valley, and we want to skip 2 single crochets, and we skip 2 single crochets and work next 4 single crochets as they are. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, now we are here on the top and we want to work on the top our 3 single crochets together. 1, 2 and 3, followed by 4 single crochets as they are, and then skip 2 single crochets into the valley. 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Now we want to skip these 2 single crochets and to work 4 single crochets as they are, working only back loops. It's not that difficult. Okay. And on the top we want to work 3 single crochets all together to the same stitch, and now we just want to go on with 4 single crochets working as they are. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now skip 2 single crochets into the valley and work 4 single crochets as they are. 1, 2, 3 and 4, and into the last single crochet you always have this single crochet, work 2 single crochets together. Okay, now chain 1 and repeat the same thing, but we are on the back side, we are working on the front loops, into the front loops only. So 1 and 2. Can you see I'm working only in front loops? Now 4 single crochets, 1, can you see what I'm doing here? 2, 3, because we want to let unworked only, so this is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We want to let unworked the loop here on the front side, okay, like this. Skip 2 and work 4 single crochets as they are. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then 3 single crochets together. 1, 2 and 3, and again 4 single crochets as they are. 1, 2, oops, only front loop, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, now skip 2 single crochets and work another 4 single crochets as they are. 1, 2, 3 and 4. On the top work 3 single crochets together. 1, 2 and 3, and 4 single crochets as they are. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now skip 2 single crochets and work 4 as they are. 1, 2, 3 and 4, only front loop of course, and now into the last work an increase. 1 and 2. I already completed my two rows with the color, so I will chain 1, cut the yarn, and now the chain 1 becomes secure knot. And this is the front side, and this is what I have working in back loops and front loops. Okay, so this is the design that I want to obtain. Okay, and now I want to change the color on my third color, but you just can go on with 2 colors only if you want to. I just want to go on with 3 colors, 1, 2, I don't know, and I just want to show you how. So I am on the front side and I want to work on the back loop. Okay, back loop, front side, front loop, back side. Okay, the 2 tails here, chain 1 and work your increase into the very first single crochet, and of course don't forget to work the tails because it's easier at the end. 1 and then work your 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so oops, so that's it. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial and this stitch, and hope I will be back soon with some project with this pattern stitch. Bye.